"The Pharaon has been sighted. Someone run and tell Monsieur Morel." When a great merchant ship entered the harbor of Marseille on the southern coast of France, the whole city would be abuzz with the news. And when that vessel was a three-masted schooner returning from exotic ports and owned by a local favorite, such as Monsieur Morel, everyone turned out to congratulate the beaming merchant. But looking through a telescope at his ship, Monsieur Morel grew troubled. The ship's flag hung halfway down the mainmast, indicating trouble on board, or even death. Morel did not wait. He entered a small boat and had himself rowed out to the ship. The face of Edmond Dantes, the first mate, appeared over the ship's side high above. Handsome, likable, intelligent, Dantes held his responsible post at the young age of 19 years. Once on board, Monsieur Morel asked him, "What is wrong?" Dantes politely answered, "Monsieur, I regret to tell you that Captain Leclerc is dead." "Dead? How horrible! And the cargo?" "Is safely in the hold. The voyage was a great success, sir, until this unexpected tragedy. We were returning and had stopped briefly at the Isle of Elba." At once, Morel took Dantes aside and lowered his own voice. "I gave no instructions for Leclerc to stop at Elba." The name Elba was dangerous even to speak in public. The former Emperor of France, Napoleon Bonaparte, who had conquered most of Europe, had been defeated at last by the combined armies of other European nations. Now the old French royal family, the Bourbons, had returned to the throne, taking revenge on many who had participated in Napoleon's rise to power. Bonaparte himself was under guard on Elba, an island off the Italian coast. Monsieur Morel knew that if he were thought to have sent a ship's captain to communicate with Napoleon or his staff, it might mean arrest. "Edmond, what happened at Elba?" "Monsieur, you know that I care nothing about politics. I know only that Captain Leclerc went ashore in Naples and returned a few hours later, and changed course, stopping at Elba, where again he went ashore briefly. I could see that the captain was under some strain, and the next day he fell so ill he could not leave his cabin or issue commands. As first mate, I took command, but—" "You did the right thing." "I had no choice, sir. His health quickly declined. He died at sea, and, as is customary that far from home, we buried him at sea, with full honors. He was a good man, monsieur, and a great sailor. But now please excuse me. I must see to the ship's safe progress. And here is your bursar coming, Monsieur Danglars. He can tell you about the financial elements of the voyage." "A moment more, Edmond. How did you find it, working with Danglars?" The merchant recalled that Captain Leclerc had raised some questions about the man. "I had a bit of a discussion with Danglars on our return voyage, sir. There was a question on one of the accounts." "If you were a captain, Edmond, would you want him as your bursar?" "I am sorry to speak ill of anyone, monsieur, but no, I would not." "Thank you. Now you may go." Morel watched him approvingly, then turned at the approach of Danglars, in charge of the business side of the voyage. Had the merchant turned sooner, he would have seen Danglars glaring at Edmond Dantes, and then assuming a flattering smile. "Monsieur Morel," said Danglars, "Dantes did not inform me of your presence on board, or I would have come at once." "He did not expect me, Danglars, and then he was involved with the arrival." "Yes, he simply assumed command after— He must have told you, monsieur, of the unfortunate loss of our captain. Monsieur Dantes began issuing commands even before the captain was dead. In addition, though I hesitate to speak of it, did he inform you, monsieur, of our stop at Elba?" Now Danglars proceeded carefully. "I have reason to believe that Captain Leclerc entrusted to Dantes a letter or document of some sort, which I assume the captain brought on board at Elba. I was entering the captain's cabin just as Dantes received it and was leaving. If this were known, it might reflect badly on you. It might reflect badly on all of us," so let us be certain it is not known. Now, tell me of the transactions." Danglars did as he was asked, but his eye followed Dante's across the deck, and there was no friendliness in the glance. When the Pharaon was safely anchored, Monsieur Morrel told Dantes, "Don't wait for me, Edmond. I know your Mademoiselle Mercedes must be waiting anxiously for you. You may share this news with her. When next the Pharaon sails, you shall sail as her captain, with the full salary and the share of profits to which the captain is entitled." Danglars glowered at this statement. Monsieur Morrel went on, "And Edmond, since I know that you wish to marry at once, I will be glad to speak to the authorities to hurry through the paperwork. When do you wish to wed?" "Oh, monsieur, you are so good to us. Tomorrow, if it can be done." The merchant laughed. "I will see what I can do. Congratulations, Edmond. This is just the beginning." But neither Monsieur Morrel nor Edmond Dantes could know that later those last words would haunt them. For more titles from Jim Weiss and Well-Trained Mind Press, please visit us at jimweiss.com or welltrainedmind.com. Thank you for listening.